guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a little bit of a different kind of video than I normally do. I don't do movie reviews. This isn't really a movie review. It's more of like a rant about why I love this movie so much. And also, excuse me while I ice my face. This is a makeup thing. So basically my skin's been being a complete butt recently and kind of burns whenever I do makeup. And my theory is it's because my pores are literally so giant. Like, see that? Those are my pores. And I just think, like, when they're cold, they close. So I think it's because when makeup gets inside my giant pores, my face burns. So I'm, like, icing my face. But, yeah, so this is my Love, Simon. So, Love, Simon. I saw Love, Simon yesterday, and it was incredible. I cried my eyes out, like, several times. I just kept getting way too emotional. And it was just so good, and I just think it's such an important movie. I don't know how to explain it other than that, because it's good, yeah. It's well done, yeah, the actors are amazing, and I love the story, but it's such an important movie. Because, like, these, like, kids who are now growing up gay, like, in my time, like, kids in my generation, have a movie like this to look at and go, oh, so coming out can be a safe experience. That Love, Simon encourages coming out without forcing it. Because one thing I've noticed on the internet and in just like society and magazines and newspapers, there's like things go, it's coming out day, everyone needs to come out today, which don't come out if you're not in a safe place. Like, I just don't think it's fair to ask people to come out when they're not in an okay place. So I just think this movie does a really good job of showing that you can feel scared, but you can totally be in a safe place and come out. Of course, Simon didn't really get to like come out other than to one of his best friends, but in his situation things started out horrible, and that's kind of how everyone thinks will happen, especially when you get outed rather than coming out, and especially in the circumstance where you got outed online. I think that's the absolutely worst way it could happen. But it showed that it will turn out okay, and that if you really own up to it, if you go, yeah, that's me, I'm still me, people will start seeing it as just a thing. The scenes that made me the most emotional were definitely all the scenes involving his family. Because, like, there are so many people who aren't lucky enough to have a family like his, where they immediately made changes, where, like, his dad had been not homophobic necessarily, but really just unaware that what he was saying was offending people, which I think is true in most people's cases. I don't think most people are homophobic. I just think a lot of people are very unaware of what you're saying can have negative effects on other people, especially when someone like belongs to a minority group and you're making jokes about that minority group to them when you don't know they're part of it, I guess. But yeah, I just think that was a really powerful scene when his dad was like apologizing for all of that, because I think that's such a true thing. When kids have these parents who make jokes about being gay, about other people being gay, being trans on TV, they're like, oh, those gay guys, that's so gay. You really do feel so unsafe. It makes you just feel like you can't be loved by them anymore, because you think you're a joke to them. You just think, oh, they're just gonna think I'm a joke, and then you don't say anything. And I just think using his dad as that character is such an important thing, because his dad was not a bad person. The movie was very clear to show his dad was not a bad person. Sometimes intolerance is so, like, unintentional. There are lines, of course, where you get things like the boys who like were on the table pretending to be him and the other gay kid whose name I already forgot. And I think it's important to show that there's a difference between people who are ignorant and people who are unaware. I think the idea that Simon would do anything, hurt his best friends, just to not be outed shows such an important thing in our society, that people would rather hurt other people than have this weight across them that other people will think of them. Like, I know personally, being gay is not an insult. You can use it as an insult, but like, I will never take it as an insult. Like, just me as a person, I'll never be like, oh no, they called me gay. Like, oh no, like I'll just be like, okay. Coming out is such a different experience for every single person. You will probably never find two people who had the same coming out experience. When you come out, it's oftentimes people assume you come out to people who are closest to you first. And I think Love Simon is a great example of the fact that he came out to not his best friend first, and his best friend was really mad about that. But I think that's a very like true thing, that a lot of times it's so much harder to tell people you know something that you've been hiding, especially if you've been hiding it for a long time because you feel like you've been keeping this secret from them, and you have, and that's totally true. And like you're scared they'll be mad at you for keeping a secret, which is a lot of times valid, not necessarily that secret, but for most secrets it'd be totally understandable for them to be mad that you've kept it for years from them. So it does make sense that he came out to someone else first, and I'm really glad that that was included and he didn't just end up coming out to his best friend, because that makes it all the more interesting, because normally your first coming out experience is a very impulsive thing. You just need to get it out, and sometimes it just comes out to a person that you would never have thought of being the first person you would tell. Yeah, it's such an important movie. There were moments where I wasn't even crying because like the movie necessarily. I was just crying because like I was like, I'm so happy my generation gets to have this movie, and we'll have many more movies like this, and we'll have many books and TV shows and just people, like real life people, to lead as an example for kids in the LGBT community. It's so amazing that we get to live in this time where there's books and movies being released about it, and it's becoming so much more normal, so much more accepted, and just it's getting to a point where intolerance is seen as unusual. And I think that is an amazing thing. It's sad though that we have to be so excited for a movie about this, because it's sad that they didn't exist before, and it's only hyped because we've never had it on such a large scale. And that's really strange if you think about it. It's just another love story, and we've never had one like it. There are obviously going to be people who see Love Simon who don't agree with it, and I know I got really mad. It wasn't playing on Good Friday, and there were movies playing on Good Friday, but not that particular movie, and I knew. I was like, oh, it's because it has gay stuff in it, and immediately I went, oh, I understand. But I don't understand. I can't, that's not an opinion where I can go, yeah, I respect that. I respect your opinion, because it's not your opinion to keep other people from loving people. I don't think anyone can really say, sorry, it's just my opinion, you can't do that. That's like me saying, sorry, I don't like chocolate ice cream, you can't eat chocolate ice cream. It's such a weird concept, and I can't, for a long time I've been that very tolerant person of both sides, where I've been like, yeah, okay, if you disagree with me, it's fine. I'm not gonna push my opinion onto you, and I'm still never gonna push my opinion on people. That's not how that's just not how I roll. That's not my like style, I guess. But I can't just sit here and agree with you and be like, yeah, well, I understand, because I don't. I genuinely don't understand why your intolerance is enough to affect other people's existence. That's all. But yeah, so it's such an important movie. If you haven't seen it yet, why were you watching this? There were so many spoilers that I just said. You don't have to be gay to enjoy the movie. I think is another good thing about the movie, because it's about him being gay, but it's not just about being gay. It's a movie that anyone can understand, and I think that was the goal of it, that people who are not gay or not in the LGBT community can take from it and learn from it and still feel like they're gaining something from it. This is my foundation shade. It's just really funny lighting. Yeah, it really fights the opinion of when people say, oh, you're gay, how long have you known you were gay? That is my least favorite question to hear directed at anyone. How long have you known you were trans? How long have you known you were gender fluid? How long have you known this? Because most of the time, you can't know you're something unless you know it exists. That sounds odd, but if you don't know being gay is a thing a person can be, you normally just assume you're straight, because it's all you know exists. People don't think about that. People who are trans and don't know transgender people exist, they don't immediately go, oh, I'm a girl stuck in a boy's body. They don't immediately go, oh, I'm a boy stuck in a girl's body. They probably go, oh, I'm just a tomboy, that's normal. Oh, I just like pink, that's normal. I know pink isn't a girl color, but that's all it is, separate video. But they probably just go, oh, you know, that's normal. I'm just a boy who likes girly things, who wants to wear makeup. And that can exist, but a lot of times people just assume that's what they are because they don't know something else exists. People who have girls with girl crushes, boys with boy crushes, people with all people crushes, they don't normally immediately go, oh, okay, well, I like girls. They normally go, oh, she's just a good friend. I'm just admiring her. Oh, he's just a really good friend. I just want to be like him. Because that's what you are programmed to think. And when when Simon's dad asks him, how long have you known? He has to think. Because if he didn't know it was an option, when you're this little 7-year-old, you don't understand that being gay is a thing that exists. But like he says, oh, I started figuring out when I was 13, which makes such perfect sense, and it breaks that barrier of, oh, I've known since I was in kindergarten. He's known since he was 13, because when you're 13, you start hearing about things and you connect dots, I guess. You're like, oh, people who are gay, they're feeling the same thing I'm feeling, so that makes so much sense that, like, my whole life just got figured out. And like, that, I like that part of the movie, I guess, because I hate when people are like, oh, you must have known since you were a kid, right? Because that's not accurate at all. In some cases it totally might be. You might just have known and just kind of been exposed to it, or you might have just been so sure of yourself that it didn't make sense. But in a lot of cases, that's just not how it is. I need to be like James Charles and just like whip out a fan and be like, but I'll just use my hands. But that's my alarm. That triggered me because I had that alarm in the morning. Alexa, turn it off. This is burning. This is why I didn't want to wear makeup. Oh, I'm getting texts. I'm popular. But yeah, love Simon. See it. Appreciate it. We need more movies like this. Let's make some movies, y'all. Let's teach the kids of America, let's teach the kids of the world that it's okay to be gay. It's okay to like boys and girls and everything in between. Because I've said this to so many people. I don't know if I came up with it or not. It's like one of those things I've said for so long that I don't really remember. But I've said this to a lot of people who have a hard time with stuff. It's just my go-to. You can be anything and everything and nothing all at once, as long as you are not hurting yourself or other people. I probably didn't come up with that, but I think it's how I kind of deal with feeling like I'm always different. It's like, you are you. You are you. That person is that person. They are them. She is she. He is he. No matter what you think they are, no matter what they look like, they are what they say they are. And you are what you say you are. And I just think that's such an important thing to accept, that no matter what you look like, you are you. No matter what's on the outside, you are you. You are what is on the inside of you. You are just stuck in this fleshy prison of a body that you have to deal with for like 80 years. So appreciate it. If changing it's gonna make you happier, do it. If losing weight is gonna make you happy, do it. If gaining weight is gonna make you happy, do it. If getting lip injections is gonna make you happy, if getting a top surgery, bottom surgery, wearing a binder, not wearing a binder, wearing a bra, whatever makes you happy, do it. Because the world would just be a better place if we all felt like we could make ourselves happy. Because when you're happy, it's so much easier to make other people happy. Just a thought. I'm not done with my makeup. I think I'm going to stop the video here because it's going to get real long and real ranty pretty soon. So, bye.